This is a Herotaku review, and this is day 5 of the Transformers Fox Kids Week. We're going to be looking at the Transformers Robots in Disguise Predacon trio. We have the Dark Scream, the Gas Skunk, and Slapper. These guys appeared in the cartoon Robots in Disguise back in on Fox Kids, and they are based off of Transmetal 2 Beast Wars basic figures many years ago. The original names were Night Glider for Dark Scream, Gas Skunk was Sting Bomb, and Slapper was Spitter back in the times. Now, here you have a flying squirrel, a skunk, of course, and a frog. Night Glider here, has some really nice details. He's like light bluish, turquoise, almost green like the flying squirrel, and he has a lot of like holes and torns and tears in his wings. He's got some really good articulation for his beast mode, like ball jointed the shoulders, ball jointed the elbows. The mouth doesn't open, unfortunately. Looked like it could have, and he has some leg articulation, quite a bit actually. You could make him stand up in this mode, but it just looks weird. Like, that just looks odd. But he does look very nice, nevertheless. He has a lot of, like, torns. You see, like, the, circuitry right underneath the fur, because Transmetal 2 were known for making them look cybernetic, having like robotics, and at the same time making them look like the animal they're based off of. So now we get to Gas Skunk. He looks pretty good too, actually. I mean, he looks like a really nasty, vicious looking skunk. Like, his legs, you can see they have quite a bit of articulation, like the ball joints all over the legs, from the hips, the knees, and even the ankles. They can go up and down and all around and so forth. You can really do a lot with them. The back legs are a little hindered, though. You can make them move up and down and all that, but that's about it. And these legs just, the actual legs, I mean, they actually just, you know. The tail is really cool, though. Okay, the head's a little exposed. I don't like that, but the tail is quite nice. You can make it go up and down, all around, and so forth, and even has like a pivot joint, I guess you could say. And you have like a blade that actually can come out at the top, which is quite nice. You can really see all the circuitry in him, though. He's like a blackish purple skunk with like white stripes at the top and quite a bit of orange. Another thing Beast Wars was very famous for was they really loved orange and put on almost all their characters at the time. To pay an homage, I guess, to the original molds, they have like a little chip inside you can see here. He has his Predacon logo within his leg. The other one, I have no idea what that is, but it's a nice bit of detail on what that's supposed to be. And it looks really nice. Finally, we have Spitter, who looks really cool. He has like his tongue, which actually attaches inside the mouth. His mouth can open, but not as far as you think it would. And this head is hindered because up here is the robot head, which I really do not enjoy. The hips again, the legs, are all ball jointed here. You can really move them around, and you actually have ball joints in the knees and ankles, like always. These were in the 90s with Beast Wars, so they had really good articulation for its time. His tongue actually is like a club, and looks really nice, actually. One of the things I don't understand with this figure, though, was this part. You see this blue bit? There's like a light blue claw at the very top of his back. And if you grab it, you can actually make it come out. It's like this claw. I'm not really sure what it's for. It's a little weird. I guess when you get to robot mode, you can make it like a third arm. He did actually use that in the show, actually. So I guess it's like a third arm, but it's just a weird gimmick. I don't know why you would include that with him, but so anyways, we're gonna cut away for a bit as I transform them into their robot. We're back here with the Transformers Predacon trio. They are now all in their robot modes, so this is how Darkscream, Gasskunk, and Slapper all look in their robot modes. We're going to start off with Darkscream once again. He looks terrific. He has now a lot of purple that appears in like his waist, and has the Predacon symbol right up at his chest, and he has the nice looking robot head which has some purple as well. His articulation is also very good. You have the head joint that it swivels and bends back and forth because of the transformation. He has ball-jointed shoulders on both hands, the ball-jointed elbows, which actually do very good. There's no wrist articulation, which is kind of unfortunate, but not bad. You could move them back and forth like that, a hinge, but that looks a little weird. He does have a waist joint, and he does have the ball-jointed the hips, and the ball-jointed knees, and the ball-jointed ankles. Very good articulation. Unfortunately, I wish this actually clipped in. It doesn't really clip in, and the sword, believe it or not, actually was part of the tail. You could actually, from the back of his tail, you see the tail had a hole, which was actually, you could pull the sword out from there. And that looks really good. The arms for the beast mode, they do just sit there, but you can really use your imagination. Maybe if you want like extra arms, maybe, I guess you could do that. But overall, he still looks good. Unfortunately, when it comes to standing, he's kind of bad. The back makes him slightly back heavy, and plus with his age and his loose joints, that doesn't help. For Gasskunk, you have him in his robot mode. You got these shoulder bits that now point upward, and they look really good on him. I mean, they really add to his look and design. This one got a little loose all of a sudden, but the articulation's really good on him. He has the head joint that can move slightly up and down and all around. He has the tail now is like hair. It's like articulated hair. It's like a ball joint, the ball joint there, you can move it like way up like that. Make it like a mohawk or full all the way at the back. They have a swivel, and again, you could use the claw that was in the beast mode like that as a weapon. Since Gasskunk doesn't have any weapons, he's the only one who doesn't have any weapons on the figures here. His joints work a little better than in beast mode. He actually has like a double jointed elbow technically. It's like moving back and whatnot in the ball joint, and he has waist. And the joints overall are about the same as with every one of these three, which is good because there are a lot of articulation, and that's good to see that they have a lot. But that's really about it. He does get some green, some red, and the yellowish orange with the same blackish purple almost looking. He has like a red mask now with blue eyes peering through, which looks terrific. I do like that. It stands a little better. The hair kind of makes him have trouble staying, but not really. Now for Slapper. One thing I forgot to note was in Beast Mode, I really love those green eyes. Those green eyes look so good, and once again, he looks terrific. He has like the ball-jointed head that moves up and down all around, and he has a hunchback, like very hunched over, as you can see here. The shoulders are all ball jointed. The only downside is he actually has wrists, but they only move up and down, so that's like one additional joint you could say. He does have the waist joint, even though the frog mouth at the bottom actually is there. He still has that joint, which is good to know. He has the ball jointed knees, and the ankles, as always, are ball jointed. He has some purple on his stomach now, which is still cool. And like I said before, that weird gimmick, you could pull that out, and now it's like a third arm. And again, he had used it in the show, so I guess that is what it's for. It's cool. A little weird, but it's really cool, though, I will admit. So, you put these three together, and they look very epic together. They worked for Sky-Byte and helping Megatron, who also became Galvatron in this series. And these were like the last of the Predacons, because Decepticons were coming back in the show. So, this has been the review on the Predacon trio, and you've been watching a Herotaku review.